run him out of stuff.
That
And that's
is
just exactly what he did.
that is one of the more obscure win conditions that I'm pretty sure that not a lot of Hearthstone community knows about, right? Like you always want to go like, yeah, of course, when I win, my opponent has to explode, right? There's no Hearthstone match you can win without your opponent exploding. But Strifecro is showing us that you can make your opponent explode by healing them up to 30 health and they have no other threats to play, right? And they just concede and they
You can
explode
just
that way.
torture him to death.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's exactly
Freshka
Strike.
figured that one out. You just tree of life them to death.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
the worst death ever.
Like here, go to 30, idiot.
Oh god. Hey, you know what's also really cool is that Strikers actually just needs to win one more game, and he's through because both players still have the coup available.
Yeah, this is the longest I think we've seen so far this tournament with the coup go unused from
Mhm.
either player. So I'm curious what matchup exactly they're looking for at this point and how they're going to move forward. I gotta believe that Orange is I gotta believe he's queued up Rogue. Honestly, I think I would
Really?
like to see him. I think I would like to see him use the Warrior though. I think the Warrior would have done a pretty decent job versus Druid. But I think when he chose to queue up the handlock instead of queuing up Warrior,
Hmm.
um, I think he's sort of falling into the mindset that it's like Warrior does bad versus Druid, so I don't want to queue Warrior into Druid. And he's not really considering the intricacies of this matchup where the sort of the 4 or the 5 card difference is that there is no Force Nature Savageor in here.
Sure. And also another thing about Warrior is that the BGH is not dead, right? You have the Crew Taskmaster to enable it. And you do have the reach. So, if you actually get ahead on the board, you can actually deliver a lot of pressure. But no, Orange is gonna actually choose the rogue here, and we're gonna see if anybody is gonna uh use the coup here. And it's wow. Wow.
Um,
Game on.
was that a mulligan for Orange? Oh no, Strifecro said he
Oh.
was gonna coup.
Oh, okay. Strifeco's gonna kill. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. It was weird when Orange
Yeah.
actually kept the spread there. It was like, oh,
Oh,
what are you doing?
I think I imagine it was communicated through the chat that these players have with the
Right, of course.
admins,
Yep. Just
rather than
privilege.
just by outright conceding
Yep.
and then going
All
from
right.
there. So yeah, I think it's actually like it's sort of a strange coup to me at this point too now because Strifecro is like I still would think that this Warrior deck's going to be good versus a Ramp Druid because one of the ways that Warrior struggles so much is that it can't get a significant value from its weapons because it puts itself into a combo range.
Right.
So if you're doing that and Force of Nature Savageor is there, you just die. And against
Mhm.
Ramp Druid, it's like they don't have that big reach. Their reach is, whatever they have on the board plus, at max usually like 9 damage from like 2 swipes and a hero power or a Druid of the Claw in a swipe or something like that.
That's true,
And I
but at
just
the other hand, I think Strifeco also knows that there are a lot of creatures that the Rapture runs, right? You have two Ancient of Wars, you have KT and Sneeds, you have all these creatures that don't die to DPGH, right? So, after the war uses their 4 removals, of course, the Execute and Shield Slams, they don't have any more. Unless, I mean, Orange is running Crush or something. That would be insane. Crush is
yeah.
an insane card against the Rapture.
Well, Gorehow is going to do a lot of work against this deck too. I mean, this is actually kind of the version I struggled with a lot on ladder. Orange is
And,
just going to coup this Druid deck straight away, and
whoa,
I,
two
I
things we don't really expect, huh?
well, I think that Strifecro has picked up on the fact that Orange doesn't want to play against this Druid deck with his Warrior deck, and
Okay,
kind of force him in this position. And I think Orange should have taken that matchup. I really do.
interesting.
I don't think it's as bad as he's made it out to be, simply because again, the big problem with Warrior is you have to use weapons for a large portion of your removal, which puts you on a low life total, which means you're so very often in combo range.
Yeah, that might be the case, but maybe Orange does have a different game plan. He thinks that maybe Warrior can take down this Paladin Warlock, and Warrior against Paladin seems like such an uphill battle. And also Warrior against Handlock, especially, that is like big struggle. And Warlock against Zoo, Warrior against Zoo is also a big struggle. So this Warrior has to really pull through. Of course, Warrior is one of those classes where if you have perfect draws all the time, you just win the game. But it's so hard to get the perfect draws, obviously.
Yeah, this is certainly a pretty good one though. Shield block, shield slam, and acolyte whirlwind, and now he's got execute and Sylvanas after throwing back shield block and shield. Do you like throwing back shield block and shield slam when you have both of them?
Yeah, I do against Paladin. You really want to fight the axe, right? You want to kill those knife jugglers, and those pesky outdoors that might even come out. Just start cleaning the board, right? But the whirlwind is definitely very important.
There's no way you're throwing back Acolyte Whirlwind because of
No,
muster for battle.
no.
Okay.
There's no way. It's too strong. So yeah. Now Strifecro could play the Knife Juggler turn 2 here, but of course you always feel like Warrior has the Fire Wind Axe every single time at turn 2. Every single time. You just have that card.
I mean, I gotta believe you're Knife Juggler in here.
Really? I believe you're gonna Hero Power here.
Put this apple on your head.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you gotta develop this and just hope to start making a push. And now here you definitely have to Cruel Taskmaster coin execute.
Really?
No, you don't have to do that. That's a miserable play.
Okay. Damn it, Admirable, you're like, making me all confused and stuff like that. Like usually paladins do want to play a little bit slower, right? But I don't know. I mean, with the lay on hands especially, I think this is the slower paladin that goes, a little bit more mid-rangey, if anything.
Yeah, I think one of his major considerations is that he just wants to keep armor in check really well, and he wants to have his opponent have to do something. He doesn't want to just be able to have him sit back and do whatever he wants on his own time. He wants him to use shield slams and stuff like this. He wants him to potentially have to use executes. If he doesn't have weapons, he's going to have to do stuff like this, or otherwise he's going to take too much damage.
That's right. So another Knife Juggler comes down here.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Now that you saw that happen on turn 3, you can be very confident there's not a weapon in his hand. Otherwise, it would have just been Coin Deathbite, or it would have been Fiery War Axe.
Pretty good read by Strifecro there. And this Knife Juggler is, once again, a little bit of a problem. I mean, sure, Orange can use Whirlwind, but do you really want to use Whirlwind this early? It seems a little bit bad. Gorehowl, though.
Well, he does have a weapon after all, but...
That's the very expensive weapon. But yeah, I think with the Gorehowl pick, you can actually be using Whirlwind here because, I mean, Gorehowl does kill 7 things.
Yeah. I don't really know what I think of using the Whirlwind without the Acolyte. I think I would tend to would have played Acolyte Whirlwind there. Because if he plays Acolyte Whirlwind, he's drawing a card off it. He's clearing out his opponent's board. His opponent has a Knife Juggler.
Yeah.
Right, has to run into the Acolyte anyway. Or otherwise, it's just going to threaten to draw even more cards.
Actually, I do like that play a little bit more because you can save your Cruel Taskmaster for the BGH as well to get rid of some pesky stuff because, we know that Strifecro is not playing any 7 attack creatures, right? Was there even a Dr. Boom in the in Strifecro's Ramp Druid?
We didn't see anything.
We didn't even see it, to be honest, and it was over 2 games. So completely BGH immune, That's what you want.
Yep. Harrison's a really big pickup at this stage, though.
Yeah.
My True Silver Champion, I think, is a card that's one of the most effective ones versus Warrior.
That is, but also Harrison Jones is one of the key cards to go against the Paladin. I mean, if they muster for battle and they hit it once, you're basically playing an insane Ancient of Lord that's like on insane steroids or something,
Yeah.
5 for draw 3 cards and break an opponent's weapon. That's insane.
This looks like it's gonna. I mean, this feels so much like it's gonna be a True Silver Champion turn.
Yeah, I would believe so. You also get to do it afterwards. Dr. Boom!
All right, so there's big game hunter targets in this one.
Yeah. All right, so what do you think? If you run Dr. Boom, do you want to run another 7 attack creature plus, like a Ragnaros?
I think it just depends on how it fits. I think it's more a concern of threat count that you need, and much less a concern of baiting out Dr. Booms, because Tyrion's going to be like one of your major threats as Paladin anyway. So it wouldn't surprise me to see something like Ragnaros in here, but I don't think it's necessarily in here because you run Dr. Boom. It just sort of depends.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Either way, that True Silver Champion belongs in the museum.
That's right.
And Brawl's going to get picked up. Brawl is something we've seen rotate out of a lot of these decks recently in favor of just having strong minions.
Okay. Oh, especially the Kit Kat's mid-range version that a lot of players are using. Yeah, that was definitely something. Well, turn 7. Would you like to use a Dr. Boom? I guess you don't have to. You can also Aldor and Shredder, for example.
Would you like a doctor? A boom onto the board.
Oh, man.
Dies you with your boom bot and then it hits before the Dr. Boom can.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like the
Alright.
Candyman.
I see. But I don't think Strifecro really likes the Candyman too much right here.
I don't
No.
know. I think it's great.
Now, I think he prefers not to use it. I mean, if the Dr. Boom does get BGH'd, your two Doombots really need to pick up the slack. And you might, swing tempo back on your two opponents' side. Definitely a little bit more thinking required here. Alright, goes with the Shredder and outdoor play.
I mean, I think this is totally fine. It's just he's just getting a lot of presence on the board. He has 2 outdoor peacekeepers, so I think he feels very comfortable playing one of them right now.
Right. And we're gonna see a Belcher here as well. Probably hitting the outdoor because you do not really want to give the Shredder Wind Fury, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's always the first thing I go ahead. If you kill a Death Rattle minion, you're giving it Wind Fury. You kill Mad Scientist, you're giving it Wind Fury. It spawns it,
Mad Scientist spawns another Mad Scientist.
Oh man. Wait till that secret happens.
We need a secret that says, if this secret was summoned by Mad Scientist, summon a Mad Scientist.
Oh man.
We don't need
Dr.
that.
Boom? Is this a good turn for Dr. Boom? I mean,
See, here's the thing. This is why I didn't like Dr. Boom afterwards, is because your opponent now has kind of fortified their board presence with this, and so like the big game hunter starts becoming a bigger swing the more presence your opponent has on the board. So the smaller their board presence is, the less impact that big game hunter is going to have.
Interesting, yeah. So
typically,
here,
anyway. It's not always true, but it's typically the case.
Oh, this is kind of scary. If the Shredder actually pops a taunt, it actually messes up things. Oh, that's not quite a taunt. Right? Do remove the Boombot first. You do not want your BGs to get sniped. That Belcher days are over.
Yeah, that Despite actually was a really important pickup.
And bloop, the Dr. Boom is dead. Muster and Quartermaster. Not one of the good options. You can Muster and Quartermaster, kill the Ooze, hit the Ooze first, and then bomb on the Ooze to maybe snipe a 4-2. That way your board is pretty good, pretty immune to this Despite Death Rattle, right? You don't want to play a Muster just, a naked Muster, right? Against that one durability Despite that's terrible.
I don't see much of a better turn that he's going to get from this. It's like I just feel like he has to Quartermaster.
Yeah, definitely immediately. It does get owned by Baron. Yeah, Baron was a card that actually deals with this really a lot.
Yeah, so that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to really hope this Boombot takes out this big game hunter, which it's not. So, I mean, he still ends it with a pretty decent turn, though. I mean, this is not the easiest combated position for Orange. I mean, he does have Brawl, but like, do you want to expend Brawl right here? I think this is just an Alex turn. Yeah, just get in there.
Just the YOLO turn. Do you also use the Despite then?
Because well, if you're gonna use the Despite, I imagine you should have played Alex. Never mind. That would be stupid. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's just gonna go for it. This is like really heavy pressure now, but I don't think he anticipates this much heal from Strifecro's deck.
Right. Anti-heal bot and lay on hands. That's a lot.
Yeah, but this Light's Justice is not going to be able to take out the 4-1 big game hunter. He's gonna have to use a minion for this. So I mean, I'm pretty in favor of using anti-heal bot and big game hunter here.
That's a pretty good move.
He has to think about Brawl himself, though. That's sort of the benefit of Orange's play here, is that even when this backfires and Strifecro's got a ton of answers to this, he can just Brawl and recover the board position.
Sure, but then he hasn't drawn any Fire War Axes yet. Fire War Axe would be pretty good to clear the leftover thing that survives from the Brawl, or maybe drawing an Armistice perhaps. So, yeah. I don't think you're going to hit this 4-1 BGH with your face. That feels
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it'd be terrible. He's going to come back from the junk heap, and the big game hunter's got the beast in his sights, which is actually a dragon, not a beast. That's a flavor team, please.
Yep. And of course, reporting for duty. And yeah, there you go. Brawl looking pretty good here.
Yeah, I don't really see I don't really see something else happening. Really.
Right? Do you
I mean,
shield block first and see what you get?
do you want to take 9, 13, 14, 15? Do you want to take 16 damage? The answer is no.
So let's just shield block him first. See if we draw into anything. Ragnaros, uneven. It's also a lot of pressure. Well, let's see what survives here. If the one who survives, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna get shield slam. Oh,
That one definitely is getting shield slam though.
4 damage.
Yeah, he just can't afford to be paying life right now. He needs to have this board state be so clean going into his big turn. Tyrion gets picked up for Strifecro, and there's no access to shield slam Sylvanas. Actually, now that I think about that, I don't think he should have shield slammed.
But then he would have
Wow.
lost the armor anyways.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Oh gosh, that's brutal. Oh. Ow.
Duh.
Oh, and he
Well-
doesn't have another shield slam in his deck either.
Yeah, well, a good thing is that if the Sylvanas does drop here, Strifecro doesn't have access to like silence or anything. So, for example, Orange can just YOLO Sylvanas and try to take a steal, maybe like a 25% steal, because obviously as soon as Sylvanas is on the board, and also Orange used the brawl already, so Strifecro is just gonna look to swarm the board now.
Put your faith in the light. That's exactly what Strifecro's going to do. And someone needs to call Artosis for Orange and tell him, get the information on how to execute your own Sylvanas. He's a master at doing that. But for now, this is like a huge risk he's going to have to take, because Strifecro's going to be able to load up his board and really reduce the impact from this Sylvanas, but he's going to have to gamble as well. Black Knight's not going to do any good.
Oh, Black Knight is gonna do something, because if the Tyrion does get stolen, well, I can deal with it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. This turn is so crazy.
Wait. Strifecro can only play 2 minions. He can't play 3. So the maximum minions he can play is 2. If he wants to force the issue of Sylvanas, then... Oh, bah.
I mean, there's a chance he just attacks his opponent's face here.
Sure.
Like if
Yeah,
you just go
sometimes you don't
if you
want
just go
to-
8 to the dome and then play piloted Sky Golem and hero power.
Piloted Sky Golem. You want to put another big threat for your opponent to steal. Ooh,
It's just a lot of damage you got coming.
that's right. Alright, Strifecro needs to move quickly now.
Yeah, I can see a lot of merit to just lay on handsing too.
Oh! What's gonna happen?
Oh, and it takes the
Oh.
1/1, and that is a disaster for Orange right now.
Oh, it dies to the weapon as well. That's how bad that is.
I
Oh.
don't think there's any way that Orange is coming back from this board position. That is a massive swing in the game. But that's part of the power that Paladin holds, is against a card like Sylvanas, it always can make an extra minion to reduce the chance that something valuable gets stolen.
Wow. Look at Strifecro's happy face. He's so excited right now. Look at him.
I think Strifecro's thinking he's like, could I have done that better? And we're like,
wow.
I think you did it pretty good. Be happy about the outcome. Be joyous.
Strifecro,
Look at
smile.
Orange. Look at Orange on the other hand. He was just the reaction that you got out of him, where it was like, oh my gosh, because
Yeah.
it's gonna be so hard for him to win the game after that.
Oh man. Well,
forcing-
Growl is gonna go. Oh, that is so gross. You're killing a Tyrion,
That's-
but the Tyrion's
oh.
not dead. Tyrion's soul lives on in the Ashbringer. And Harrison is already used from Orange's side too, right?
He's about to take 13 damage this turn as well. Sludge Belcher's going to come down. Another token is going to come down. Strifecro actually, there's a lot of merit, I think, to keeping him. How does he keep himself alive best here? So like if he plays Sludge Belcher, then he's not liable to die to Grom and the
They have
Gorehound.
Hasbro as well too. So
If he goes to 22 though, 12, he's still not able to die to Grom here.
of course not. Yeah.
That's the
Another shielded mini bot. Oh man.
damage comes crashing in, and I think it's just a matter of moments until Orange finds out that this game is about to be done. Unless I mean, I don't know what on earth he could do to get out of this game. But Death Bite is not going to do it.
That's
and
right.
Strifecro is going to take this match 3-1 after some fantastic Druid play, and then an opponent Sylvanas stealing a 1-1 while Tyrion is on the board.
Yep. Orange is just acknowledging it to himself that, yep. This one's it. I will try harder in the losers brackets, I guess. And yeah, there you go. Pops this out. See what he gets. Master of Disguise, and boom. Or Strifecro does advance out of the winners bracket. I guess a little bit lucky for him. He just had to play one match. I would have loved to see the Strifecro versus Trump match, but hey, at least Trump is here. He did check in right now. And we do get to see him play. If we go to the brackets right now, once again, Strifecro does advance to the playoffs immediately after right now. And actually, because if you are in the winners brackets, you are guaranteed at least third place. So Strifecro is actually guaranteed at least $750. That is pretty interesting. And of course, Orange falls into the losers bracket where he has to play the winner between RDU and Trump. Yeah, that's what we're gonna see right now. We're gonna load up RDU and Trump right now, get them set up, and after this break, guys, we're gonna see Trump play his first match. It'll be exciting, guys. You don't want to miss it. This is Pinnacle 2 by